I am joined by Depression, who is sitting in front of me right now. Anxiety is asleep. Um, it was I had to put Anxiety to the side because of the paint drips weren't drying, so Anxiety's just sitting on his own at the moment, having a bit of an anxious meltdown. It's alright, he'll be fine. He's a butt. But Depression is sitting in front of me because I needed to re-look over it with fresh eyes. Beep boop. Hello there. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Yeah, and let me just down some liquid courage 1 sec. Ugh. Today we have my second can of cherry coke. So that's 82% of my daily sugar. Yeah, you should probably point out to your listeners that I am a new DM. Well, I try and play close as I can. Well, I bend a few. Yeah, I'm playing a lot closer than Claire does, but I'm not like my Monday game strict. I'm not gonna if somebody yes, somebody wants to try something, I will let them try it. But I'm not I'm not like my Monday game one where it's like, I want to use my mage hand to throw a snowball at this person. Okay, please explain how you do that. I summon my mage hand and it picks up some snow and it lobs it at someone. And then, but no. I lift up exactly this amount. I then take off my metal foot and lob that at no. And Depression's being my emotional support robot today.
Oh,
Mostly just because I just want to see if it all dried okay and none of it's smudged.
I love his googlies.
Isn't they cute? These little googlies.
He's got cute googlies.
We were talking about like if I made because one of my friends when she makes stickers for a robot, she just like uses like emoticon faces. And I'm gonna change the little smiley face to a little wiggle line, so his emoticon face would look. Hang on, it'd be like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. It look like that.
Oh my god.
That's his emoticon face.
Oh my goodness.
Wiggly.
He is a wiggly, a tittle.
I might have been a little bit dumb, and my mic wasn't turned on for the first couple minutes.
Well done.
What, on the stream?
They could hear. Well,
Professional.
Sam was audible, but we weren't.
Oh.
Professional.
Are we audible now?
You should be. Can everyone hear everybody?
Can you hear us all?
Are we a free subscription-based book reading service that is available via many YouTube codes?
You're not sponsored.
Yet.
That's the kind of thinking I
This
like.
episode is sponsored by wooden robots because one is in front of me.
By Circle Space, thinking outside of the box of web design.
I love my crushy robots. Also, I'm not doing pictures or anything, but today's cats is Ping and Bean.
I'm excited about today's cats.
This is a very important part of our games, by the way.
Very important.
Just explain who today's cats are.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there, okay? I need to get my dice.
Where are they situated in the room?
Ping is behind me on the left-hand side, where there is a window. And she has a little seat in the window. She is currently there.
Okay.
And Bean is on my bed behind me on the right.
You have a bed, Bean.
I have a bed, Bean. He is a bit pissy because I didn't give him any of my dinner.
Well, that's because it's your dinner and that's human food.
Also, because it was pork, and I'm not doing that again.
No,
I'm not clearing that up again.
no.
So
It's
should,
not
Just
for
get my
kiddies.
dice out. D100, because you never know.
you never know. And seeing
You
as
never
we
know
obviously
when you need a D100.
seeing as you
What's the
obviously completely
probability of that?
missed the intro because my mic wasn't active.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, go for it.
When-
Do
when-
your intros.
so once again, welcome to you can clear you. I've already messed up.
Certainly try.
I'm
You
doing
can
very
certainly
well.
try.
You can
Turn
certainly
your mic
try.
off and put it back on again, and pretend like it was off this whole time.
Just rolled a 1 on presentation there,
Yeah, you
didn't
did.
I? Yeah, so welcome to you
Roll
can.
me a performance check, please.
So welcome to You Can Certainly Try, which is our weekly D&D game. Just having a bit of chit chat while we wait for everybody to turn up.
Hells yeah.
20. We're gonna need some D8s and some D6s. Let's use the cyber dice. And
What a lovely
dinosaur
song.
dice. This is
Like
called
dinosaur
sorting out my
dice?
dice, the melody. Yeah, I have dinosaur dice.
What?
Dinosaur dice. Yeah.
Have you not seen my?
I
Oh,
have not
I'm
seen your
bringing my
dinosaur
dice
dice.
anyway. But yeah,
Please
I
show the
have.
dice.
I have the spirit of dice. Hang on. Do you believe I have spirit of the pterodactyl?
Oh my god,
Yes.
that sounds
And-
cool.
I'll have to show you them next time I'm down.
Yes.
I think I've also got Spirit of the Shark somewhere. I really like Spirit Dice. They did a space set, and I might have all of them.
Ooh.
Crap! Lost the D8! There you are. Haha, you cannot escape the confines. I've forgotten what set that is. What set is that? I think that's the Ankylosaurus set.
Ah, the best dinosaur.
I also have a set I bought in Texas, and in typical form, with everything is bigger than Texas, they are slightly bigger than all of my other dice.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, just slightly.
It's. It should say on the one, darn tootin'.
There was a set that was Texas colors, but I didn't want those. I just
Not
want the
doing that.
sparkles.
Not doing that.
I'm actually just trying to find a certain D20 because it's my favourite D20. Where are you, D20? Oh, let me roll you up. I know you're in here because I see the rest of your blue horrors. There you are. Where have you been? Why are you at the bottom again? What have I told you?
What have you done?
What did you do, Dice?
What did you do?
Devious little things.
Don't do those things. Not at all. Not anymore. We're retired now. We don't do those things anymore.
So, when we get rolling, what's probably a good shout is we do like a voice recognition thing. So we just all introduce who we are and what characters we are and all of that.
Yeah, what I was
Sounds good.
basically gonna suggest is I would very, very just quickly sum up the game.
Yep.
And then you guys can go on to quickly introduce your characters for the audience.
Fablu dablu.
4, 5, 6. Where's number 7? There is number 7. Okay. Rest of these can go away.
I'm just gonna read out my
That
profile.
one D12 fell down again. Come here.
Oh,
You
that's
kind
a
of
good
what-
shout. Are we gonna read out our profiles?
It depends on how long it is. I'd say in order to, not have one person speak a little bit and the other person speak a lot, just sum your character up.
Okay.
Just putting dice away. I'll keep the D100 out for luck. Why not?
How lucky is the D100?
Well, so far, all the times it's been rolled, it's never rolled below a 50, so it's relatively decent. Unlike, that one time in my other game where I was asked to roll D100 and I rolled a 1 on it. They told me it couldn't be done, and I said those are rookie numbers.
Kraken, Kraken, Kraken.
Kraken! Kraken! There was no Kraken, unfortunately.
Aww.
But there was a crystal beast that
Oh.
woke up.
Was it
And
a
we
crystal
accidentally,
kraken?
instead of Instead of teleporting where we should have teleported, we teleported straight headfirst into the Feywild. So
Oh.
I consider it a win. We needed to come here anyway.
Mhm.
And I did say to them, this is what happens when you get B in charge. Like, I've had to roll dice for this kind of stuff 4 times now, and twice they were Krakens. You know, you can't mess with those odds. I'm a 50-50 Kraken monster right now.
It's a lot of Kraken.
You cracking me up. Right.
Yay.
You either get busy dying or get cracking.
Also, Kraken is just a really good BattleBots robot. I'm just putting that out now in case there's any BattleBots people in the audience, which probably not because it's normally just me. But yeah. This is the beat boops. I would have had my dice out earlier, but there was a plate. Okay, so these are today's dice. I've got out the full blue scrubby rock set that I bought to make up an order, but they're actually really nice, so I kept them. I'm using, I mean, probably not the best idea to use my Spirit of Vive dice, but you know, we'll find out what happens.
No, not him. No.
Ah yes. Odds are Vi will not. But he might appear, he might not. It depends on your rolls. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I am set.
I think we're just waiting on Lucretia.
Yep. Corin. Is Corin listening in? Because he hasn't got a character yet.
Corin is absolutely knackered, so is going to basically get home and then sleep, and he's going to get in touch with you later on this week. I've been giving him some breakdowns of characters and like what he could play, so he doesn't know yet, but he's excited about everything.
Okay. Well, if he needs to know anything specific, I have a lot of folders.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably explain that. If there's an audience, I should probably explain that as well. That this game is almost entirely from the depths of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I've created the world, the gods, as a couple of items that they'll find eventually that I made. The story, I made all of it. This is what happens when a meltdown happens and you decide, no, I'm not going to sit here and curl up in a ball. I'm going to be productive. And then you look through your notes and realise that past Sam has just given you loads of stuff saying, good luck with this bit, by the way, because I didn't write it down.
I loved that today, that you were sending us all of the
3
past Sam
times.
notes.
3 times I found that in my notes and I was just like, are you kidding me? Come on.
Like, you need to add this bit, future Sam.
Yeah. By the way, there's a town here. You're gonna have to guess what this is. Are you kidding me, past Sam? Like, you couldn't have given me any sort of notes? Nothing? Nothing at all? Oh. So I had to rewrite a lot, which would have been a lot easier if I'd done it on the day that my brain decided to make maps. That's fine, because it means I've made some maps. It means the place you guys are going has a map.
I do like maps.
Does it lead us to a hidden box that is all locked up with locks?
And buried far away.
In an area you won't get it to, written in a language none of you speak. I should actually take note of your languages just so I've got them
That's a
written
good
down.
point.
That's a good point.
Let me check what you have.
I can quickly tell you if you'd like.
Let me start at the top because I need to write the creatures down first.
Sure thing.
And then.
Languages. What the fuck did
Oh,
Hi, Georgia.
Hi.
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 Okay. So
Hi,
if you guys
Georgia.
could just one at a time tell me what languages are, so I can write them down.
Okay, let me just find mine.
It'll be in the left-hand side at the bottom.
Yep.
You don't need to say common, by the way. Everyone has common, so.
I have common, Sam.
I also have common.
Sam, I have common.
Oh my god, this
Common,
is such a
didn't know
language
that.
that everyone has. I'll write a note to make sure that I've got it, okay? Everyone knows common. There we
Cool.
go.
What if I didn't know common?
Then how are you speaking? You only speak in one language that nobody else speaks. So
Yeah.
when you talk, they look at you and go, "Do you know where we are?"
Yeah.
Just talk louder.
Jump to let us know
Just
if
like-
you understood.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know the Muffin Man? Oh yeah, the
The
Muffin,
muffin
Man.
man who lives on
The
Drury Lane.
Muffin Man. Okay,
She's
yeah.
married
So,
to the
yeah, if
Muffin
you-
Man.
So if you guys could just very quickly tell me what languages you've got, so I've got them written down.
Grummian Fuller.
Maybe we don't want to.
Celestial.
I've already got yours written down then, so it's fine. Okay.
Damn it.
Well, I speak, because, quite a rarity, I speak common. I also speak Dwarvish, Gnomish, and Primordial.
Gnomish,
Primordial.
I'm just pulling up my sheet now and I'll tell you exactly what I am.
Primordial. Claire, do you speak anything else apart from just Celestial?
Let me have a look.
Because you just said Celestial.
Common. Celestial.
Is that it?
That's it. I feel like I should know one more, but I don't. Apparently.
I know Common, Elvish, and Goblin.
Yep.
And apparently Thieves can
Can.
as well.
Yes, special thief language.
Okay, Moxie?
Just
I
like-
speak infernal.
Okay. Mog?
Fish, orc, and Sylvan. I also speak common, just so you know.
Okay.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure that's going to
I've
come
got,
up.
don't
at some
worry, that's
point.
right. That's at
Yeah.
the top. I've got that one, don't worry.
I'm pretty sure everybody speaks Common.
Yeah, but don't worry, it's on the list.
Absolutely
It's at the top.
sure. So we're all on the
Okay.
same page.
It's just so that if I say something's written in a language, I can look through this list and go, okay, somebody speaks it.
Just hear somebody say, yeah, I had that pork pie, and someone is just looking around like, what they saying? It's like, that's common. Don't you know what a pork pie is?
Pork pie, meat inside pastry, full of jelly.
Meat it pastry.
Take out meat, put egg in, now it's Scotch egg.
Slightly different thing.
Get egg, wrap in meat, put in balls.
Delicacy.
British delicacy, that is. Okay, anyway. Okay, is everybody set?
I'm
Alright.
good to go.
Trying to sort my cables out. And then I'll
That's
be
fine.
good.
So I'll do like a very basic intro, and then if you guys want to just introduce your characters briefly, just a brief. This is my character's name is this. There are this and this, and just like a really brief thing on their personality.
Cool.
Okay, so welcome to the Callan region. It is situated in the middle of a massive ocean, because that's where I decided to put it. The party that you will be following have known each other for at least a year. They are experienced adventurers working for a guild known as the Iron Crest. The adventure they are going on today is one of the many tasks they have been given off of the notice board of amazingness that is in the guild. And they have been set to go down to a very small hamlet known as Lime Ridge, where some children have gone missing and they have been asked to try and find them. So if you guys would like to introduce your characters.
I'll go first. Hello, I'm Claire, and I will be playing Chromium Fuller, also known as Crom. He is a warforged paladin who worships one of the gods of this region called Kyros. He is a absolute lovely personality of a warforged, and he will do anything to help and save anyone in any sort of trouble. He will always have the party's back, and he will likely be trying to keep them out of trouble and doing the good and right thing.
Hi, I'm also Claire, and I'm playing Zalin. I'm a Trident Artificer, and I really like robots. And I am sure that all the Warforged are connected somehow with a web made by a spider from the god... I forgot the god.
Clink.
From the god Clink. And I'm out here to prove it. So I'm following Crom round. I'm going to prove this theory.
I'm Kaylee, also known as KKT. My character is Moxie. Moxie is a warlock tiefling. She's had a bit of a rough past. Her parents were in the slave trade. Well, her mum was. Her father was the slave owner. Her mother was killed because she put sugar in her owner's tea and he didn't want sugar. Or, no, the other way around. So yeah, I joined the guild for somewhere to belong and make an honest living.
Nice. I'm Ed, and my character's name is Lucrezia. I am a elf rogue, and I'm kind of in a way seeking atonement for kind of my past misdeeds, but I'm also on my own little secret mission of my own, which yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
I'm George, and I'm playing Mog Borba, our half-orc ranger. She once had valiant dreams of becoming a noble bard, and then it turns out she's got piss poor charisma. So now she is a ranger, and she's still very bitter about all that.
You chose that piss poor charisma.
I know what I did.
You chose the negative life.
No regrets.
No
Okay.
regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. There
No
goes the name of
regrets.
your team. No regrets. Okay, so the journey starts in this game. If my sister would stop messaging me. The journey starts in the woodlands on the way to Lime Ridge. Ambience. You can throw your tokens on if you want. You'll be in the bottom area. The journey's been relatively quiet so far. It's not a very long journey. Honestly, it's only it's only a short walk. Like, in comparison to a lot of other places, anyway. Just give you a moment to pull your stuff up.
Yeah.
Moxie has arrived. I don't
Moxie
know
is
if
here.
she talks like that yet. I still haven't decided how I'm going to speak.
That's fine. Feel free to experiment. You know,
I'm just going to see how it feels.
Yeah, just remember that what you decide to pick on will be the thing you've got to do the whole game, and I can't guarantee how long this game goes on for.
Yeah, I'm not doing girl talk. Maybe if I've
Fair.
had a couple of rums, maybe you would have got it, but I haven't been drinking tonight. Maybe next session.
Well, it's quite fascinating. You have to announce yourself at every location that we go to. There's actually no one here, apart from the animals, of course, but yet they're usually hidden. This reminds me a lot of the forest that I grew up near, you see. It's absolutely beautiful, and there's a lot of hidden beauty where you wouldn't expect it, like these flowers. Do you see underneath those leaves? They're absolutely beautiful, but you would have walked right past them had we not been looking. Fascinating!
Well, aren't we all so much better for having known this?
I think so.
So as you guys are just chatting amongst one another, you start hearing footsteps coming from the opposite direction. I was on the right layer. There we go.
I mean, being an elf, I have like good hearing, so I'm gonna like kind of twitch my ears and
Yeah,
like turn instantly and just like
you-
stare.
Yeah, you probably would have heard it just before, although you are standing right next to Crom, who is giving you a mouthful. And heading down, essentially, there are 3 blokes coming down. They're talking amongst themselves, laughing, jittering. One of them's walking slightly further behind the others. And they're all just, walking down the path in the
Okay.
opposite direction. As they see you guys, however, they cease their talking. Then they slow down. Then they kind of stop for a moment. And they're just watching you for a moment.
I'm gonna stand there and watch them like a cat does when you catch them. I'm just gonna stop and like stare.
Crumb looks up and waves at them.
Yeah, it's a bit odd that they've just stopped.
Hello.
If you
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
beautiful day for it, innit?
It is quite a beautiful day. I was just explaining how beautiful this forest is, in fact. Have you seen these flowers?
Yeah, come down here a lot.
Oh, do you? From the local area, are you?
Could say that, yeah. Crom, can you roll me a perception check for me?
Absolutely, I can.
Since you're the one talking to them right now. So they don't, as they're looking at you, they don't look hostile looking at you. They're just kind of watching you at the moment. The one at the back is like he's fucking miles away. So since you're talking to them and you're looking at them, you notice that the ones at the front, they've got it looks a bit like blood on them, and the one at the back is limping. It does not
Ooh.
look well.
Oh dear. I want to offer them help.
Okay, how are you going to go about that?
So he's going to sort of say,
Because they are armed. They are visibly armed.
okay.
But
It appears that you've been in some sort of an accident. We have first aid if you'd like. I could actually heal you. I'm a paladin of Kyros, you see. It is part of my duties to offer healing to those who are in need. Would you care to be healed?
the ones at the front kind of look at each other and they're like, "Nah, we're all right." This one, however, and he just shoves this one forwards, who just stumbles over himself. He is really, like, now that you can see him closer, he is really hurt.
Oh dear.
Like, it wasn't just a limp. He's got, he's, his clothing is slightly ripped. He's got blood on him. He's not doing good. And he kind of gets up and he's just mumbling to himself. And they just say, "Yeah, that one could use a bit of healing."
I think this is a trap.
Y'all look like you lost a fight with a bugbear.
Might as well have been a bugbear, they might eat it.
I'm telling you, this is a trap.
You often think things are a trap, but he does need healing, so I shall happily oblige.
Yeah, I'm slightly sceptical. I think they got themselves into that mess. I think we should just leave them be.
And not to mention, if he really needed healing, why are they so calm? Why did they stop? Why didn't they shout to us, saying, "Hey, we need help"?
Not everybody knows the basics of first aid and medicine, you see. It's possible that they were just on their way to a hospice of some sort. It's lucky they came across us, really.
I don't like this.
The one here that's just the one that's been talking,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of crosses his arms and goes, "You gonna heal him or what? Or are we just gonna keep going?"
I'm gonna scope him up and down.
Okay, roll me an investigation. What are you looking for?
I'm just curious as to whether they seem to have any ulterior motives for us to heal their friend.
Okay.
Would that be an insight check?
I'm gonna go have investigation because you're checking them out. They haven't really said anything that's massively dubious. Okay, 10. So they don't seem to have any sort of motive against you guys. They just seem to want to just keep going. but you've offered healing, so you know they're the kind of people to turn down some free healing. Especially if it means
seem
they haven't
rude
got to
to
pay for
me.
it later somewhere else.
Okay, I'm gonna go forward and sort of get in range. So, like, maybe like here. So
That's
if
the
I
wrong
just-
token. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, if I just sort of go forward and sort of around here, and I'm going to let's
I
see.
fall behind.
Yeah, the one that was kind of thrown forward, he has stood up at this point, and he doesn't look like he's going to hurt you, but he is looking very defensive.
Okay.
Because, you know, there's just suddenly a big warforged just heading towards him, and he's
Absolutely.
like, oh god.
Okay.
The two at the back are just chuckling to each other at him being a wimp.
He's gonna sort of stop here and go, "It's quite all right. I'm here to help." And I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on this guy.
Okay. Do you want to roll it so I can see how much you're getting you want to use?
Absolutely. Let me just get that
Although
for
I
you.
do believe Cure Wounds. I do believe Cure Wounds is a touch spell, so you do need to go right up to him to use it, because it means
Oh
you have
yes,
to touch.
yeah, range touch. You're absolutely right. So he gets closer.
This guy, he doesn't show any signs that he's gonna harm you.
Good.
He is tense, and the other two are just folding their arms and laughing to one another.
So there we go.
Okay.
There, see? Not so bad. How are you feeling?
He kind of checks his arms out and stretches a bit, and just looks up at you and just goes, much better. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and may Kyros's blessing be with you all.
And to you too. Then the other two just like he goes back to the others, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. Let's just keep going. We've got places to be. These two just start heading off. No, thank you or anything. They just start heading off, and this guy eventually starts going after them again.
Cool.
And you know, they're keeping an eye on all of you as they go past. You know, eyeing up where your weapons are and shit.
I wave and like, bye.
Even us who've hidden in the trees.
Laters. Well, you didn't say you were hiding, so you haven't
Yeah,
got to be
that's a good
stealth, so
point.
they know exactly where you are.
That's a good point.
So yeah, they're
Okay.
just eyeing all of you up, eyeing what you've got, and then the two at front are just they go back to talking to each other, and the one at the back just goes back to following behind them, and then they just leave.
They seem nice.
See, there was nothing wrong, and we've done a good deed for the day.
I'd have left them. I'd have
Yeah,
just
fine.
nodded and
Today.
walked on by.
Yep. Same here.
Come on, we've got a job to do. Let's get moving.
So continuing on, it's not much further of a walk, and eventually you guys reach Lime Ridge.
Ooh.
It might take a moment to load because I make big maps because I am stupid.
All good here, Chief.
So Lime Ridge is actually let's turn that flipping noise off for a second. Can you stop? Thank you. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have a lot of music because I didn't have time. So Lime Ridge is a small hamlet. It's only got about 8 or so houses in it. There's not a ton of people that live here. It's mostly a checkpoint for people to use on their journey to Port Bay. And as such, they have a very, very large tavern because most of their money comes from people staying the night. And 2 stores, one that sells general supplies and one that sells magic stuff and weapons.
Did we just come from the south?
You've just come from the north. You're coming in this way.
Oh, right, okay. Certainly.
At the gate, before you guys, you know, get into town, there is a guard. He looks really, really young, and as you're just coming towards you, he smiles and just goes, "Hello, are you coming into Lime Ridge, or passing through?"
We are on a quest.
Yes. Well, is it in Limeridge, or are you passing through?
It is indeed in Limeridge, sir. We've come from the guild, from the Iron Crest.
Oh, really? Are you here about the children?
Indeed,
are
we
indeed.
are.
Ah, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. We weren't sure if anybody was going to be coming. Um, well, you're welcome to head in. If you need some more information, go see Cassandra at the Blazing Furnace. Otherwise, the ruins are. Otherwise, the ruins are just down the path next to the tavern. But feel free to head on in.
Moxie nods and carries on.
Yeah, he gives you a salute and he lets you all in.
Cool.
It is, despite it being the middle of the day, it is pretty quiet in town. There's not really anybody out apart from some guards.
What's on the notice board? Moxie's reading.
So on the notice board, when you get there, there is a young lady who is humming to herself as she hammers a nail and kind of removes an old rusty one that was holding one of the pooches up. When you arrive to it, she apologises for being in the way and she moves out of the way. This was a community notice board in regards to things like markets and festivals, but it is absolutely plastered in missing posters at the moment. To the point where they're overlapping one another, and there's about 11 of them. Over a quick scan, you can see about 6 of them are for children, about 5 are for adults.
That's so cute. They made a collage of all the kids.
That's not quite what they're doing with this, Zalin. These are people who have gone missing. The people we are searching for, indeed.
The lady who was there, she kind of chuckles a little and goes, "Yeah, they're all currently missing."
Are you okay? You sound a little, I don't know, frightened.
I'm okay. It's just my sister's son is one of the missing, so I keep the board in check to make sure they don't blow away or anything like that.
And you say that your sister has lost one. When did they disappear?
Oh, it's varied because some of the guards went afterwards and they went missing shortly afterwards, but the children have been missing for about 4 days. The first lot of guards went missing a day after them, so they were missing for 3 days, and then the last few went missing a couple days ago.
And do you have any suspicions as to what happened?
Well, they all went missing whilst they were playing at the ruins, so that's all I have. The guards have cordoned it off and they're not letting us public go down there just in case anybody else goes missing.
Maybe they're playing hide and seek and they're just really good at it.
We did we did originally think they were playing a game because they have stayed out overnight before to pretend, but after a whole day of being missing, we really decided that this game was gone on long enough. But nobody can find them, and so the guards have now cordoned off the ruins to make sure nobody else goes missing after some of the townsfolk went down there.
Can I just
So you said
confirm the
some of
name
the-
of this town? Sorry.
No, go on.
What was that, sorry?
Could I just confirm what the name of this town was?
It is Limeridge.
Limeridge, cool.
I
Oh, yeah.
wrote it in the in Roll20 for you.
Thank
Should be
you.
making notes.
My cousin played hide and seek once, and we couldn't find them for a week. It turned out they got caught in a giant clam. He was so traumatized.
Oh, Zalin.
So you say the children went missing, then the guards went missing, and now you're saying some of the townspeople went missing as well.
Yes, some of them decided to try and find them on their own, and they haven't been seen since either.
Not to
Okay.
worry, madam. We are from the Guild of Biden, and we have been sent here to aid you all in finding those who are missing.
Well, I'm happy somebody finally came. I was concerned that nobody was going to arrive.
We're gonna do everything we can to find everybody that's gone missing.
Everybody in this town will be very much appreciated. Feel free to look over the missing posters. I'm afraid there isn't much information on them because, well, apart from the description of the children, we don't have much else.
At this point, I'll take off both my gloves. I'm gonna take her by the hand, just like, if there's anything that you feel we should know, you can tell me. It's okay.
I'm afraid I don't know anything.
Okay.
I
Then
just
I'll
know
give her a
that my
hug.
sister's child went missing. And she'll hug you back because she's very tense and she's very nervous because she just, children are missing, so she's just very nervous about it all.
After I finish, I'll just put my gloves back on. All right. I think we should head to the ruins.
Perhaps a trip to the Blazing Furnace first to see Cassandra.
Yeah, I wanna sample some of the local cuisine.
We have to speak to the maid in there.
I think we're missing the bigger picture here. The children are what's important.
Yeah, but we were told to meet someone in there.
Okay, actually, that's a good idea. I'm gonna wait here, and you can go check that out.
Yeah, I'm on my way in.
Okay.
Don't go wandering off now.
What was the name again?
Promise.
So you guys heading into the Blazing Furnace? Is anyone else going in there as well?
I shall be, but I want to just sort of say that to Lucrezia first. Just.
Mog's just be like wandering aimlessly.
Well, wandering aimlessly, you'll just see some guards. There's no one really out and about in town. There's not much to really see. There's some houses that are just completely empty at the moment. And there's some guards scattered about, but it's a very, very small and very quiet place. So, the Blazing Furnace, like the outside, is just as quiet. They don't seem to have any travellers in town at the moment, so the place is not as jumping as it usually is. As you head in through the doors, it is a very large 2-floor building. There is a bar on the far left with a very nice smell of fresh bread coming from the kitchen behind of it. And the area in front is littered with tables and chairs. It's very clean. Very, like I said, very quiet. There's no one sitting down in here at the moment. On the right, there is a piano and a lute sat against it, with a small "Please do not touch" sign resting against them. On the walls, it is really, really nicely decorated with swords and shields bearing crests from cities all over the region. Behind the bar itself, there is a ginger-haired half-elf female. She's got runes running down the side of her face, and she doesn't seem to have noticed you yet because she's clearing the bar down and also levitating some glasses back onto a shelf. And at the front, there is also a small brown-haired child who is sweeping the floors. And as the door finally creaks, the female looks up and goes, "Oh, hello! We don't have many guests here at the moment." As the glasses slowly lower back down onto a shelf.
Is your name Cassandra?
Ah, yes, that's me. That's me, Cassandra Drays.
We've come about the kids.
Oh, the missing children. Oh, thank goodness somebody finally came. I can tell you, I hear most of everything that goes on in the town, so feel free to ask any questions and I will tell you what I can.
What can you tell us about the kids? We were told you had more information.
Well, the children tend to all play down at the ruins nearby the town. It's close enough that you can hear and see everything. Well, almost everything. The trees obscure a little bit. And, we've checked it all out and it's relatively safe. But one day the parents went down there just to go get the children for dinner and it was quiet. They were all gone. It was like they were never there.
Where did you say these ruins were?
They're just outside of town. If you come outside of my tavern and head round the side, you'll see a path in the trees that heads over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where this path is here for people who don't know. So yeah, they were playing down there, and then come the evening, they were just gone. And we've searched everywhere, and there's no signs of any sort of struggle. There's no blood. There's nothing. We thought at first maybe there was a woodland creature, but there's no woodland creatures around here. The animals don't tend to come this close. And we just haven't been able to find them since. And guards went down there to look, to do a more thorough look, and they went missing. So the place has been closed off for now, but some of the more naive people went over there and decided to try and break that rule, and now they've gone missing as well.
I see. Tell me, was there anything unusual before this occurrence? Any unusual travellers to Lime Ridge, or anybody who perhaps was passing through that you didn't recognise?
She has a think for a moment and she says, "No, not really. It's been a bit quiet on the road at the moment. Port Bay's expecting a new shipment, and it hasn't come in yet. So people don't really pass through unless they're going to and from Port Bay. Nobody, just the usual people have come through. The the merchants that head up to Biden with fish, and that's just really about it. No one, nobody that I'd say was off. I tend to be a relatively good judge of character, and I couldn't tell."
Yes, I see. It would almost be too easy if it were someone suspicious who came through. Has there been any sort of pattern that anybody has noticed to these disappearances, or is it just simply people go down to the ruins and then just don't come back?
Well, originally the guards did come back. The first time they went down there, they came back, but they'd only done a very, very short search. It was when the party went down to do a more thorough search, and then they just vanished. Like, people have walked in and out of the ruins fine. I walked down there on my own to have a look, and no, it's not a case of people vanishing the second they step in there. It's just they're going there and they're not coming back. We're not entirely sure if something nefarious has happened, or if there's just a sinkhole we're unaware of, or we don't know. It's a mystery to us. We're just townsfolk in magic and such. Although Sky is into the magic things, it's not something we can really do things with.
Is there anything beyond the ruins?
No, it's just trees for all we know. We don't go too far out of the town.
And I don't suppose you know, what are these ruins? What were they a ruin of? Do you know what it was previously?
I'm afraid I have no idea on that one. The ruins were there before the town was.
I see.
And I wasn't here when the town was built, so I haven't got a clue. But considering there's a ton of ruins around in regards to the war, I wouldn't be surprised if it had been maybe an outpost.
Yes.
It wasn't anything of mass importance, I can tell you that. They're only small ruins.
Okay. And is there anything else important you feel that we should know? Any details that would be vital?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of worried people in the town, and I'm afraid we just don't have a clue. I think I've told you everything I know. The children went there to play, and then they vanished, and then people vanished after them. There hasn't been a lot of information released because the guards soon closed it off to make sure nobody else vanished.
Of course. And good thing too. Well, thank you very much, my dear. You have been a help. We shall go and conduct our thorough investigation on our own, and we shall report back with you with anything that we find.
If you require waterboarding or food or anything like that, just let me know. The furnace is here.
I couldn't trouble you for a glass of wine, for the nerves.
Yeah, sure. What kind would you like? We have 3 kinds in at the moment. We haven't been able to restock yet because of Pork Bay. We have which ones have we got? We have Goblin's Blood. There is Dragon Spruce, which is over from the Hari. And we have oh, where is it? And she kind of fumbled around underneath for a moment. It's like, I'm sorry about this. We don't usually get asked for wine, so it's been pushed to the back. Here we are. We have Cherry Maple, which is it came up from Unva. Came down from Unva.
I think the goblin's blood will do.
Okay,
Is
and
it
she'll
me?
pour you a glass of Goblin's Blood.
Is it made of actual goblin's blood?
Much obliged.
No worries.
Crom kind of puts his hand on Zalin's shoulder and goes, No, grapes. This is a wine. It's not actually goblin's blood. It's just a fun name that they've come up with to make it seem zany or wacky. Perhaps even the vineyard that it came from. Maybe it had something to do with goblins. Rather a grim name for a wine, but I'm sure it's lovely. Perhaps you can try some when you're of legal age.
Didn't realise there was a legal drinking age in the olden times. You can do magic at any age, but drinking, oh.
I am old enough.
I'm 730 years old.
I suppose maybe a few sips. I just do worry about you.
How old are you anyway, Zion?
25.
My word, you're 25?
Yes.
I was wrong. Terribly
young,
sorry. I made a presumption.
The little kid that's sweeping up just looks up and goes, "What's a presumption?"
And Crom kind of bends a little and puts his hand on his thigh and goes, "Well, you see, a presumption is when you make a decision about something without actually knowing whether or not it's true, but you presume it. You think it is true without any other facts. It's something that you guess."
The kid kind of looks up at you and goes, "You look like Shield."
Shield? Friend of yours, perhaps?
He looks very excited to be talking about it. He's like, "He's one of the guards. He's big and metal like you.
Interesting.
He's guarding the ruins at the moment."
Well, I shall certainly say hello to him, and a big hello from you as well. May I take your name?
And he smiles and just says, "My name is Adam."
Well, I shall certainly say, Adam sent me to see you, Shield, and he said a big hello.
Cassandra just chuckles watching this, and he's just really happy to be acknowledged.
I want to go see the Warforged.
Hands are off!
Well, that shall be our cue then. Good day to you both, Cassandra, Adam.
Bye-bye! Good day, I'll be here if you need me.
Please
She
tell
kinda
me
goes
that our
back to-
party members are still out here.
No,
Morg
it's
has
not
gone. Morg is halfway to Port Bay by now. I don't know, the people outside, have you been doing anything whilst the trio have been inside?
I've basically been taking a look around at the. It's only a small little place, but I'm basically just having a look around, noting down any places of interest in my little notepad.
Well, if you're walking around, and I can give you a brief description on the outside of, the other big places.
Only if you think it's something noteworthy.
Well, walking past Steel and Sorcery, he'd notice, she would notice that the steel side. Basically, this place is like split in half. On the left is like a forge, like an open forge, and then on the right is a building. The left-hand side is the forge is cold, and there's like a closed sign hanging wonkily there. Looking at the general store, it is also closed. And there is a sign on the door that just says closed due to missing owner, which is Bits and Bobs, by the way. It's the general store. There's nothing of real note in the stables and guard posts. There's no horses in there right now. There's just a couple of guards on break.
Okay.
Moxie's gonna walk out of the pub still holding her glass.
You're not stopped. Glasses are a dime a dozen.
And where is Mog?
Just been sitting under a tree this whole time. Having a little
Or-
nap.
Well, it's really,
goodness.
it's really nice and quiet here. It's very serene. You can hear the birds chirping.
No one's talking to her. It's beautiful.
No, you might hear the occasional footsteps of a guard changing posts up the top there, but yeah, it's just nice and quiet. And then the noise comes back out of the furnace.
You can look right with a cold bar and just be like, oh god, here we go again. So what did we find out?
It appears that simply going in and out of the ruins is not enough to warrant a disappearance. It's only upon more thorough investigation. There's also a couple guards posted down there, one of which we must say hello to on behalf of a child.
They've probably just fallen down a hole.
Well, I mean, I would find it unlikely that, you know, guards would then go missing as well as villagers. Seems a bit too, I don't want to say organized, because I don't think that this will be bandits, but I feel like there's probably like a sorcerer luring children in the hope that others would come, possibly.
Are you sure they didn't just leave? Because, like, I mean, look at the state of this place. It's too quiet. I wouldn't want to stay
Quiet. It's quiet because there's no children running around right now.
there. Oh, isn't it bliss? That's
right?
the only good thing about it.
I'm not saying a child-free town was like the whole point, but I'm kidding. There's lots of kids in this
I
town.
mean, you do have a point, but
That's late.
I
That's
mean-
somewhere else.
yeah, that's another story for another time.
That's next to the town with cats.
We
Well-
must go to this town.
Not
Out
now.
of cats. I need it.
If there's cats here, I'm definitely down for petting cats.
Well, there's no cats in this town, unfortunately.
We need to do a cat
Not that you've
check
seen.
in every
No.
town.
Roll
That'd be
cat
like a
check.
Yeah.
Roll for cats.
This is
A
why
cat
the
check.
children have left, because there's no cats.
Roll a perception check for cats.
Oh, perception check, hang on.
Yeah.
We're all looking around for cats.
Zaylin says no cats. Even though you rolled a natural 20, there's no cats.
Wow.
You
what
think
a
you
roll.
think you're hearing meow for a second, but then it turns out to just be a swinging rusted chain in Steel and Sorcery.
I mean, what kind of a village has no cats? Like, we
A,
got
a tiny hamlet with only 8 houses in it.
I know, but surely one of them.
Yeah, later.
All right. Anyway, back to the task at hand. These children aren't going to save themselves. Frankly, I'd like to get paid, you know, in the next day or two.
Well, we should make our way down to the ruins then. Miss Cassandra said it was this way, and he points to the right path.
And she said there's a
Yeah.
there's a warforged down there.
Yes, and Mr. Shield.
Oh boy.
So reluctantly, everyone is heading down to the ruins. Well, at least one of you sounds like you're reluctantly heading to the ruins.
Yep.
As you reach the end of that path, before you actually get to the ruins, There is, in fact, a very big Warforged standing guard.
Mm-hmm.
And there is another guy standing there too. As you guys approach, it brings up a large shield and sword and goes, "No access!" But the guy on the other side quickly just goes, "Shield, stand down," and then looks at you guys and goes, "Sorry, he's only a type 3. He's learning."
At that comment, Crom would like to sort of pull his hood down and then offer his hand out to Shield directly and go, "Good day to you, sir. You must be Shield. I have heard all about you from Adam. My name is Crom, and it is a pleasure to meet you."
The guy looks really fucking confused. The shield kind of looks at you blankly for a moment, and then his head kind of jolts down to your hand, and then jolts back up, and then very slowly reaches out his hand and shakes yours.
Crom is
Just goes-
shaking it with vigor.
He just goes, "Pleasure." Simple word.
Crom is absolutely fine with that. But
Moxie,
he's making
guy-
the effort.
The guy kind of looks at the rest of you and goes, "Does your one do this a lot?"
Moxie shakes her head and goes, "Bloody Warforged."
Lucrezia is just gonna like, oh yeah.
And upon
Is-
all
is
of this,
Is it a cat 4 or 5?
I would now like Crom to turn to this man.
Oh, the lecture's gonna begin, isn't it?
I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. I'll be back.
Yep. I'm gonna get another drink. Oh,
I'm
so
going
go for
back
it.
to the blazing furnace to get another drink.
Excuse you. My name is Chromium Fuller. My friends here call me Crom, and I am a Category 5 Warforged, a former soldier, one of the 518th of the Corps of the Syndromic Platoon from the Long War, who fought for our collective peace, and it may do you well to remember your manners and next time ask, "How do you do" first, rather than, "Does yours do this?" Thank you, sir. And he puts his hand out for a handshake.
The guy's just like, "Alright. I didn't realise that you could get them so tight strung." And he pulls his hand out. He's like, "Hey, what do you need? What's your business down here anyway?"
We are here to investigate the children, the guards, and the villager.
Ah, are you from that guild up north?
I mean, you know, it has been called the guild. You know, generally we go by different name, but you know, it's okay.
He's like, "Oh, I don't get out of town, mate. I just know it's called the guild. No one actually tells me what the names are. I just work here."
Still shaking this man's hand. Crom goes,
Grip intensifies.
"Oh yeah."
The bones are broken.
Crom goes, "We are from the Iron Crest, and Bison sent us on this mission. We hear that you've been having several disappearances of both children and guards. Do you, too, have any information for us, please?"
Well, I ain't got much. We've done a search around the area, and he kind of pulls his hand away now.
Mm-hmm.
That we've done a search around the area. No signs of struggle. The kids' stuff's still here. They bring a lot of toys and stuff down here. He kind of indicates to a skipping rope that's hanging from a tree just above Shield. He just kind of shrugs and he's like, "It's a mystery to us. I'm not big on the magic, so if it's a magic thing, it's out of my pay grade. We have searched all over. The only thing we found is some of this," and he takes out his pocket a shard. It looks a bit like glass, but it's very thick. And
Why are
he
you? Oh, God.
hands it over to you.
Why are you so quick to assume that magic's involved?
Well, no animals come this close. There's no blood. There's no signs of any sort of struggle, unless the kids wandered off into the woods on their own, which, if they'd done that, someone would have seen them, because we do have people in the woods, there's loggers and such, somebody would have found them. There's nothing. They didn't come back to town. Somebody, we wouldn't be here if they'd come back to town. They're
So
just,
then why
they're
would
just
you
not
have
there.
Can I?
hired people to come and have a look if you think they've just been magicked up out of the blue? Why waste our time?
Well, we were originally hired just to come and look for them. We weren't hired in regards to do a massive investigation. That was what we were told to do later. But none of us are, a lot of us had just come up from Port Bay to have a look. We were told it was a simple kids have gone missing, find them, come back job. We've been here for a few days now.
Can I examine that there shard?
Yeah, go for it. And kind of hands it to you. He's like, just careful though, it's very sharp. Like, we've already had one person cut themselves on it, but just be careful with it.
I have a look at it, see if I can figure anything out about it, if I recognise it.
Okay, well, roll me an investigation as you're looking it over. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Well, it's a shard of something. From what you can tell, it's not glass, but you can't really tell what it is.
Can I do it? Can I do an arcana check on it to see if it does have any magical properties?
You can do, yes. Roll me some arcana.
Woo.
Okay. So you can sense that it had at some point it might have had some magic in it, but as it is now, it's just a chunk. There's nothing coming off of it now. The guy will pipe up and say, "We found it in like one of the back ruined buildings. There's a load more there, but we can't exactly sweep up in grass. It's really difficult. So we just picked a few up for analysis."
Well, it
So if you want to-
certainly had some magic at some point, but it's all spent now.
Like I said, magic's out my pay grade, I'm afraid. It's not something I know a lot of. And Sky in town's already got her hands full, so she's still an apprentice anyway. But since you guys are the guild, if you want to go have a look, you can go have a look. Maybe you'll find something that we couldn't. Probably, because, you do this shit for a living.
A pleasure. Thank you both, gentlemen.
It's no worries, and Chill just looks at you, and again, there's like a moment. It's like a lag where he just has to contemplate what the heck he's gonna do, and then just nods.
And Crom nods back with like also a thumbs up to Shield.
And with that, the guy just, he steps aside and he says to Shield, Shield back 2, and Shield moves backwards 2 steps to also move aside, and they let you in the ruins.
Crom by the arm. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Which direction are we approaching from? The north?
You'll be approaching from the centre down here.
Okay.
As we are like
This
in
is a
the
map
short
that I
journey,
didn't get to remake.
in the short journey, Crom is just like, honestly, it's rude. It's just demeaning and horrible, and I can't believe that he has the audacity to treat him like this.
Treats him a lot better than a lot of other people do.
Mm.
So that they let you in to the ruins. Like Cassandra said, this lays in a clearing just outside of town. If you look behind you, you can see the back of the tavern. So it's not that far away. In the trees around, you can see things like drawings on ropes, just draped in trees, like kids' drawings. There's remains of like a tree fort that is long since broken. Like the wood is just mouldy. It's obviously been just left. All of the remains on the walls around here, which are all in various states, are covered in chalk, of kids' drawings covered in chalk. And there's just other stuff laying about, toys, blankets. They come down here very often, by the looks of things. And there's no other people here. It's eerily quiet. Like, you can just hear the birds, but it sounds like they're not coming near here. They're not in any of the trees around this area, but you can hear them a bit further away.
Shall we check in each ruined building?
Yeah, I would say that's a good shout.
Alright. I'm gonna go to the entrance of this building
I'm gonna go top left.
and I'm gonna pop my head through the door and have a little look around. See what I can see.
Okay, well I'll start there. So This is just, this is all crumbling ruins. This one has bits of old wood and blankets strewn across the top, and looking inside, this was a blanket fort.
Okay.
There's some mouldy food on the floor where kids obviously brought food and water down here. There's some teddy bears. There's just lots of blankets strewn around and some books and some colouring. This was obviously some sort of blanket fort that the children just relaxed in when they weren't playing outside. The one at the back there, Lucreta, if I'm saying that right, hopefully I am. Is it
Close,
Lucretia or
Lucretia.
Lucretia? Okay. One day I'll get these right. This is why everyone has name tags I can see. Uh, so that one at the back there, Lucretia, was it's in another state of decay, and again it's just full of kids' toys. There's no blankets in this one, however, they seem to have all been put in the blanket fort. But it's all open to the elements, so you can imagine that these toys aren't very sanitary. They've just been left out here. There's some broken jump rope and just some some balls and just general children's things.
Can I
The one,
investigate? Oh, God.
if you wish to, no, if you wish to investigate, you can.
I was gonna say I just want to investigate to see if it's been like perhaps moved from like somewhere else and just put here.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I summon my homunculus?
I mean, they'd be with you anyway. They're not
Oh.
things you summon. I just didn't put them on the map because I didn't think you'd want them while following you. But yeah, just your defender and your servant would be with you anyway.
Okay.
The bandits were very, very nicely eyeing them up. Yeah, so looking at these toys, so looking at the toys at the back there, they don't seem to have been moved. Like maybe slightly in the wind, but looking at how their placement and the ground underneath them, there isn't any areas where it looks like they've moved or they've been placed in here. They've just been plonked in here by children. Even some soggy parchment that has some drawings on it that the ground over the morning dew of the ground has kind of soaked through.
Okay.
The one where you are, Mog, it's kind of in a similar state. This one's got slightly taller walls than the others, and there's a lot of chalk drawings on these walls. And if anybody wants me to, you can roll me a general perception right now. Yeah, this room. There's also toys in here. Just give it a sec if anybody wants to. Okay. So Moxie and Crom would notice this. As you're walking around, looking at the ruins, you can every now and then spot looks like a broken symbol on the crumbling remains. It's too busted up for you to kind of recognise what they are, apart from they're runes of some kind.
Interesting. Is it being carved in or just chalked in?
They are carved in. It's like they were there. They've been there during the building's creation. There's chalk drawings covering a lot of them up, and some of them have been filled with chalk. Indent on the wall, fill it with pink chalk. But you can't really make out what they're for. They're just kind of, you just see them every now and then on the outsides of the buildings.
Is there any indication about architecture of the building that might tell us something about what the building was?
Roll me a history check.
Ooh.
Okay. Looking at the location of the ruins and just the general positioning of where this is in the middle of a forest, you can make out that this was probably some sort of outpost, or maybe a defensive position because of where it is. It could have been used to store something. A lot of the runic buildings that you have noticed from reading things, tended to house wizards during issues of plight, like wars and battles. They tended to hold wizards who would use their powers to make things for the others to fight with. And these were usually hidden away in forests and such, so they weren't found by the enemy.
Yeah, well, guys, these were wizard barracks.
And one of them
Wizard
did not lend
barracks.
you 20 quid.
Was it?
I'm gonna limit 20 quid.
Can I do an arcana check on the broken runes?
If you wish to, what are you trying to figure out with them?
Just what kind of magic they held.
Okay, you can give it a try. Okay, so some of them are really busted up. It's really hard to even see them, but looking at some of the ones on the building that you're at right now, you can kind of tell maybe that these ones used to do evocation magic.
Okay.
Looking over at the one where Lucretia is, you can, like, there is one very prominent rune on the front there that you're able to see, and it's one used in divination magic. The one where Mog currently is, unfortunately, the runes there are way too crumbled to realise what they were.
Okay, guys. So it looks like the
The one at the back yet, and the one at the back here hasn't been discovered yet.
It looks like the one down here had some evocation magic, and the one up there had some divination runes. Passing it on to all my colleagues.
Interesting. But what could it mean? I mean, these barracks were pretty common during the war, and the location checks out. They used to hide them. It was a very defensive thing, you see. But still, these look like they've not been used for years.
Just a quick note as well, since you were looking at the runes. The runes don't look like they're the kind you would use these days. They are very, very old. Like, before the war even old.
Oh.
Okay.
Can we
These aren't runes you'd use in standard days.
can we tell if there's any like still active magic around here?
You can roll me an Arcana check if you wish.
These nines.
9. You can't be called the Mighty Nine. That's already established.
That's a different group.
Yeah, and you can't be called the Mighty Eins either. We stole that. It doesn't feel like it. The area doesn't the area around you right now doesn't feel magical. It feels like whatever magic was here has long since dissipated.
I'd like to go up to this last one and investigate then.
Me also.
Yeah, I was just about to say it because Mog got there. So in that last one, as you look, just look in. There's more blankets, and like this whole front bit area here has again been covered with wood at the top with blankets above. So, and you know, there's colouring books, and there's like, it looks like some kids made some beds in here because there's pillows like lining this back wall here. So it seems like they slept in here sometimes for some reason. And kind of peeping around the back area here behind this piece of just standing stone, which is covered in more chalk drawings, so many chalk drawings. It's like their primary art area. Around there you can see a couple more balls and some skipping ropes. But that's all you can see from where you currently are.
Certainly nothing blazingly obvious, like a hole that they've fallen into at least, so that narrows that down.
Well, that's all you can see from where you currently are. These walls are quite tall on this one. They're not as tall as the bottom one, but they're tall enough that you can't just look over them. So looking in, where you're stepping, you suddenly step on another shard. And there's a few of these shards littering this little corridor here.
Pick one up. Just have a little look at it.
Okay, picking it up, it looks just like the rest of it. from a distance you'd think it's glass, but it's really thick. And they just seem to just be littered like in this area here, in this small little corridor area. Roll me a investigation check real quick, please, Mug.
Nice.
That area there that you're standing at, there is a small bit of rubble there that looks like it fell down recently.
I'm gonna look up, see where that came from then.
So just looking around at that bit, it just looks like it fell in from the wall. It looks like a wall was there at some point, and the rubble was. It's been pushed over here. So you could probably surmise that that bit of wall fell down, and the kids probably moved it.
The bit there, or the bit in the corner that's...
The bit there, that bit's got grass growing in it. That bit's like that for a while. But just looking at the way the walls and how lightly crumbled they look, you can probably surmise that that piece there fell down pretty recently.
I'm gonna stick my head into the little side room then.
Be careful, Mog.
Okay, so
I know what I'm doing. Get off my back.
so looking into here, these walls in here aren't as decayed, and you can see a gold strip lining them, as well as a few more runes and some writing. And some writing there, which I don't think you would understand. No. So there's also writing on the walls there which you do not understand. And it's carved in the wall. It's not something that the children have written there. It is carved in the wall.
What do you see?
Just a load of nerd shit in there.
Moxie's gonna walk through the door.
Wait a minute, I'm a nerd.
Hang on!
Remember, Zalin, slow steps. We don't know what's in there. It could be booby-trapped.
With extra boobies.
Look,
Let me
be
in.
alright. Be careful, alright?
Okay, so walking in, you see the same thing that I just described, and there's writing on the wall that you do not understand.
Does Moxie understand it?
Let me just check real quick. Doodah. I need to quickly go to your core. Just letting you know. No, you do not understand it either.
Okay.
You just see a golden strip along the wall. There are some runes which you can, since you looked at the runes in the other areas, you can tell that they are probably for illusion magic, but again, they're ancient. They're very, very old. Like no one uses these kind of runes anymore. And then there's the language that you don't understand.
Does it look familiar?
What, the language?
Yeah, like say if it was like Chinese, I recognise that it's Chinese, but I don't understand what it says.
You could recognise that it is a language you don't understand.
Fair.
It's very cursive in its design. It's very curly and very swirly, but you don't know it, so you can't really make out what it is. You just know it's
Okay.
very curly.
Can I have something a little more descriptive than nerd what Mog said?
There's some weird writing in here. I don't understand it. Zolin doesn't understand it. Maybe you could have a better luck than I.
I'll certainly give it a go. I happen to know 2 languages, you know.
Two whole languages.
I'm just thinking about the character I'm playing like soon, and he's got like 9 languages in level 1.
Okay, he's gonna sort of he's tall enough to look into the room over Zalin, so Crom's gonna have a look.
Okay, so looking in the room, you see, what I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
and you do understand the language on the wall.
Ooh, it's
It isn't
celestial.
celestial.
What's it say?
What's
Ah,
it say
yes.
from?
You see, this is my paladin training here. I did a bit of extra reading on the side so that I could understand some of
Just
the
get on with it.
Very well.
Okay. I will paste this in the chat in a moment, but what
I
it
shall-
says on the wall, it's all along this back wall.
Yeah.
It's always
And-
babbling on.
What it says is, path of true, no help will you find. Path of greed will lead on blind.
Ooh.
So I will put that in the chat for you note takers that wish to copy and paste.
And he's sort of like, I'm a little rusty, I've not done this in a while, but I believe it says this. And he passes it on to everyone.
Do you say it out loud?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so as you say that out loud,
In common.
the yes, obviously,
Okay.
the ground rumbles slightly in this corner here,
Mhm.
and these walls on the outside they still look solid, but the walls, looking you guys on the inside, they part open, and it seems to lead to some stairs going down.
I think I've figured out where the missing people may have got to.
Where?
You're standing right there. You
Telling-
would have seen this over.
Like, Crom kind of like turns her slowly, like just really softly, until she's facing the
Just
stairs.
turns my head.
Yeah. that wasn't there before.
Oh,
It's a good lads.
Right, well, I guess we
So,
better go and have a look.
So Mog, Lucretia, you would have felt the ground shake slightly. You
Yeah,
would have felt it rumble slightly.
I'm gonna go running over.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah.
Just, is there anything in this room down here? Before I.
No, it's just
No.
more kids' toys and multi-food.
Fair enough.
Like, most of this is just kids stuff. This is just. It looks like it crumbled in recently, and the kids have found their way in. And yet, on this wall on the outside, it still looks solid, but on the inside, the wall has parted, and there are stairs going down into darkness.
Crom looks at
Well,
everyone
I-
and goes, well, I think
I
we
can-
should immediately tell the guards outside what we've discovered before we do anything. We don't want to go down there and then go missing ourselves and be absolutely useless. We are representing the
Push it
guild
down
and we
another-
should be smart about this.
can you just send Shield a message of that spider web?
Zalin, I've discussed this with you many times. I can't do that. That's not a thing that Warforged are capable of.
Sure.
Moxie says, what's the point in wasting time? Let's just go down and have a look. And she starts walking down the stairs.
Oh,
Whoa,
heavens,
whoa,
no!
whoa, whoa, hold up. I can see in the dark.
Mog
I
is
have-
gone.
I
I
can see
have
in the
dark
dark as
vision.
well, don't you worry.
Oh, that's okay then. Okay, I'll follow
It's very
behind.
dark down there.
We should, but if we go missing, what if it closes behind us? Oh, why does no one think of these things?
It's just
Come
like
on,
silently
Crom.
pushing Crom along in front of her.
Come on.
Come on!
Oh, heavens!
Hey,
Chaos
so-
guide me!
With that monologue, you guys descend down the stairs. And just like Crom feared, just the moment you're all in, the wall shuts.
I told you! Now we've gone missing, and the guards are going to think we're not doing a good job. What
You have
will
found
they
yourselves
think
in
of us?
the bottom left corner. You should be able to see.
It's all dark for me.
Yeah.
There
Right
should be a
down
little
in the bottom
opening in
left
the bottom
corner.
left corner.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, I've done darkness right. I don't
Yes,
use
you
this
have.
very often.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Secretly, we can see the whole map, but we're just not going to tell you that.
No.
Don't make me paranoid. So as the door shuts behind you over there, the door in front of you opens and reveals this room. Let's just do that.
Nobody move in. And he like puts his arms out. It could be
Salin's short.
trapped. And Salin goes under his arm. Salin!
What?
Cool stuff.
Moxie's just walked in alongside Silent.
As you guys walk in, this torch here just automatically lights itself on the right-hand side. That's what that is, by the way. That's the torch. It
Ooh,
automatically
fancy.
lights itself, so you guys can see in the room.
Good.
Moxie's eyes had already adjusted to the dark and just goes, "Oh, Jesus!"
Now you're in a room. The room is very quiet, except for some water dripping from the ceiling in a small puddle onto a very old, dusty skeleton dressed in very mouldy leathers. On the opposite side, on the left-hand side of the door you've walked in, there is a barrel with 3 jars on it sealed with old cork, and in front of you there is a door sealed with 3 chains going to 3 locations that are thankfully marked as 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 3 seem to have holes underneath, as if they are waiting for something to be inserted, whereas 2 is just a solid piece of wall. The cork on top of the jars are listed 1 to 3 as well.
Are they snacks?
Nope. Looking in the jars, you can see bits of paper.
Okay, so 3 corked jars with 3 bits of paper.
3 chains on the other side. Like three chains chaining this door shut that lead to 3 holes that are marked 1 to 3. 1 and 3 have holes underneath where you could put something in, and number 2 is just a solid piece of wall.
I open jar 1.
Okay, so opening jar 1, nothing happens, and taking out the first piece of paper, you are shown this. It should come up in handouts. If I have done it right.
Riddle 1.
Yes, you should be able to read this.
No legs have I to dance, no lungs have I to breathe, no life have I to live or die, and yet I do all 3.
It's a goddamn riddle. I hate riddles.
Motherfucking puzzles.
I didn't sign up for puzzles. I signed up for lost children. Can I investigate the floor? Like, is there any recent, besides ours, of course, but any like recent tread marks or?
No, it's just. I mean, the floor is devoid of dust, surprisingly, but as you guys step in with the outdoor dirt on your feet, it does leave some marks, but there's no other markings here.
Somebody is really taking good care.
It's flame. It's fire.
Ooh.
I mean, if you say it's fire, I'm just going to agree with anything you say about these riddles. So
I mean,
it's fire.
A fire does dance. It does need to breathe. It needs oxygen, and it's not exactly alive. I think I concur. Fire is a reasonable answer for this.
Maybe we need to light something on fire.
I put the riddle into the torch.
What are you doing?
It catches on fire.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
I'm going to take the riddle back from Zalin and try to get it out by shaking it.
It is burning pretty quickly.
No.
You're a warforged. Don't touch it.
I want to take the torch and just like put a bit of fire on the first chain.
Putting fire on the chain does nothing.
Okay.
If you haven't dropped this by now, Crom, it's starting to burn your hand.
It hurts.
And you take 3 fire damage.
And at that, he lets
Burning
it
piece
go.
of paper.
You should probably let that go by now, Crom.
Darn! Zalin, you can't just burn anything. We may have needed that.
It is gone. It is burned.
On to jar 2.
I mean, the chain is still up. Nothing has happened.
Perhaps we need to
Solve the
put.
puzzle. Move on.
You
Okay.
solved the riddle. You have not solved the puzzle.
Okay, what's in jar 2?
What
Let's
is
find
in
out.
Yeah,
what is in jar number
Okay.
2?
Jar 2, the next piece of paper, is now in your
Right,
list.
Lola.
Crom's taking this. I have no weight yet can make a room brighter. Stick me in a barrel and I'll make it lighter.
Nothing. Wait, no.
Fire again.
All the answers is not fire.
Why would
Sure
it
about
have
that?
Yeah,
why
how
would
do
it
we
be
know that?
both?
Maybe it could be fire, and then the third one isn't fire, but we'll think it's fire.
It's maybe it's light.
Could be light.
I mean,
Helium.
I thought that as well.
What on earth is helium?
Where the fuck are you going to get helium?
I open the third jar.
You've been... Okay, in the third jar is a final riddle.
And I can slither like a snake as slow as I please. I can rush like a bull who's fleeing from bees. I'm peaceful to visit, but I get angry on bad days. I'm easy to stall, but hard to delay. I'm going to guess water. That sounds about right. But if fire is the first one, and this third one is water, two things that are in this room, what on earth is the second one?
Air.
what was the second riddle again?
I have no weight, yet can make a room brighter. Stick me in a barrel and I'll make it lighter.
But why would air make it brighter?
Yeah, see, I thought it might be air, but yeah, it wouldn't make much sense.
Well, if the barrel was full of water and then you just filled it with air, it would be lighter.
Yeah, that'd be like, but it wouldn't make a room brighter.
I mean, if there was no air, then there would be no air for fire to exist. So if the fire couldn't exist, then it wouldn't be brighter. But, I mean, what do I know?
Maybe. I run over and start just blowing into one of the holes.
Nothing happens.
That tiny spider crawls out.
Oh, Jesus!
Mog, roll me an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence check.
Can I just...
That could have gone a lot worse.
So looking at the wall near the door, number 2 does not have a slot under it. Looking back at the barrel's got a hole in it.
I blow into the barrel hole.
A spider comes out and climbs on your face.
Oh, I'm gonna freak out.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
freak out.
Hang
I'm
on,
gonna start screaming in Elvish.
hang on.
I was like, neat.
Hang on. Wait, I didn't do it right. How do I...
So yeah, need to make the attack. Needs to see if you hit the
No,
spider.
why
If
is
you
it
hit
not
the
going? Go! God damn it! Why won't it cast?
While you two are freaking out, and just before you cast, Crom is like, "Oh, it's just a friendly little spider. He's fine. He's not going to hurt any of us." And like, then you do this.
Why won't you
Are
cast?
are you clicking on the word or are you clicking on the speech bubble?
The word.
Try
Is
clicking
it
on
in
the...
the attacks? In your
It's
attack
in
list?
my
Yeah, it's in
counter.
your attack list.
Oh, is it? Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it automatically puts it there when you drag them over.
It's not.
It should be.
It should.
Roll 20.
All I see is Eldritch Blast. You don't want to be doing that to someone's face.
I want to be doing it to the
Going
spider.
wild, blasting all over the place.
Why is it not
Yeah.
working for
Yeah,
me?
you don't
So
have
anyway,
it
I
in
started
your...
blasting.
Yeah, I'm sure I have more languages as well, but
And that's how we lost somebody day one.
something's just not right here on
Well,
the.
it's a ranged spell attack. So if you want to do it, ranged spell is, well, a ranged attack is a D20 plus your dex, I do believe.
Hang on.
I tried taking the Cause can I take the torch off the wall?
Just a moment, you're about to be blasted.
Yeah, hang on.
Alright.
We need to see if you or the spider gets blasted.
Mhm. So if you roll a d20 for us,
A D20.
yep,
Hang on.
Okay, so D20. It's a D20 plus your spell modifier.
which is
So that's at the top of your spell bit,
My
plus your proficiency.
spell casting abilities, charisma, spell attack bonus is 8.
Which your spell modifier, so it'd be plus your charisma and
Yep.
plus your proficiency. So 13 plus charisma plus proficiency.
Okay, so 13 plus 5.
no, yeah, the spell attack bonus is 8. It's freaking huge.
Well, I mean, that would
Yeah,
just hit
charisma
anyway
5.
because
yeah.
yeah,
like,
I mean Zalen's AC is 14, so you've hit.
yeah.
I'd say you hit the spider.
Okay,
If you'd rolled lower, I would have said you hit Zalen, but
okay.
actually, let's see who you do hit, shall we? Let's leave it up to the dice.
How
Oh my
can
lord.
how can I fix
D2.
this?
One
Yeah, you
dice.
hit the spider. You're good.
Nice. How can I fix this? Why is this broken?
We'll fix it later, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, fix it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm-
you hit the spider and it goes.
Okay.
It's gone. It's dead.
And that's right as Crom is just saying he's more afraid of you than you are of him, and then just that goes, oh, poor thing. You could have hit Zalin.
Okay, so Zalen was going for the torch.
Yeah, can I take the torch off the wall?
Yeah, you can take it off the wall. It comes out of the sconce easily.
I try sticking it in the hole under 1.
Under number 1,
Yeah.
as you stick it in, you hear a clink and the chain falls to the ground.
My word. Well done, my girl. Quickly, number 3, we should put some water in there. There's some by that, unfortunate chap there, by Mog.
Or I can make a wall of water.
A wall of water would be quite extreme in this small space where we all are, my dear. I would suggest, maybe,
Yeah.
considering the hole is quite small, we cup a little bit of water and push it in gently. How's that sound?
Yeah. I don't fancy going for a
Okay.
swim. I concur.
So who's
uh,
gonna do it?
Also, I would like to see if there is anything on the unfortunate chap.
No, as you go near it, like, if you nudge the skeleton, it crumbles to dust. It's been here for so long.
oof.
The levers are mouldy and decrepit. There's nothing here.
Is there any symbology on his armor?
No, it's just
Okay.
mouldy leather armor and
Ugh.
a very old crumbling skeleton.
Oh dear. So Cromwell takes some water over and pour it into the, like, gently sort of push it into the hole. Into hole
Push
number
it.
3.
As you push it into number 3, the chain clinks off and falls to the ground. And vanishes, just like the first one. I forgot to mention that.
Okay. Mog, did you figure out what number 2 is?
Do nerd shit. Are you fucking mad?
Yeah, number 2, like I said, there is no hole. It is just solid.
Is there anything around 1? I mean, number 2 even?
No, it's just a number 2 on the wall, and where there's a hole underneath all the others, there's just a solid wall.
It's almost as though there should have been a hole here.
I hit it with my mace.
What was that, George? Sorry.
I was gonna say if I press the wall, doesn't move at all, or it's like
Roll me an investigation if you're touching the wall there, in that area. Show me on the wall. Okay, yeah, you notice nothing.
sure as a wall.
It's a wall.
You did say there was a hole on the barrel, didn't you?
I was talking. It was something Mog noticed.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a
okay.
hole in the barrel. What did you say you were doing, Zone?
I'm gonna try hitting that piece of the wall with my mace.
Yeah.
Okay, roll to attack. Yeah, fuck it. As you hit that piece of the wall, that bit right underneath the two, it crumbles and leaves a hole, and then the chain falls down, vanishes like the others, and the door opens.
Crom looks at the hole, like after going, "Oh, congratulations, my girl, you've done it!" Then he looks at the
Yay!
riddle number 2, then looks up and goes, "Oh! Oh, I see! It makes sense now!"
It was a hole all along.
Silly us!
Alright, let's move on, shall we? I'll go second.
Okay.
Okay, so moving into this next room, it again lights up, but it seems this area is just completely crumbled and fallen in. The doors at the other side is open a crack, and underneath the underneath ruins you can see there was probably another puzzle in here. There's broken pieces of maybe chests, but there's just a lot of debris in here. You can get around it. It's just there is just like the ceiling has fallen in here.
Looking up, is there anything like where the ceiling was?
No, it's just blank. It's more stone that hasn't fallen in.
Yeah, would it have been so easy?
So look, there's anything amongst the rubble of interest?
Roll me a perception check. Okay. So looking in the ruins, you find a lot of busted up pieces of old chest. You find some weird, nasty, gooey globule bits attached to some wood, which, I mean, with your intelligence, you can probably surmise one of them was probably a mimic. And then around the area, you find 4 gold pieces and a necklace. The string of the necklace, it crumbles when you move it. It was just a black string that's just worn out over time. But the charm is relatively intact. It's a little glass hourglass with black painted sand in in the top side and silver painted sand in the bottom. And no matter how many times you turn it over and turn it around, the sands never go near each other. They do not touch.
Neat.
What did you find?
An hourglass, and also something over there it's a mimic.
It was a mimic.
Oh, it was a mimic.
Yeah, they're all dead in here. It's just there was like gut pieces.
Ew.
Did I see the gold coins?
You didn't look for them, so no, Zalin found them.
But did I see Zalin? Did Zalin pick them up? Did you pick them up?
Yes.
Did
Roll
I
me
see...
a perception to see if you saw Zalin pick them up.
Okay. Hang on.
It's kind of hard because where your guys are standing, it's kind of difficult to figure out. Where would you have been standing in regards to where Zalin was? Because I'm guessing Zarlin is over here somewhere. I need to swap back to the thing. I'm guessing Zarlin's over here somewhere. Yeah, so where would you have been standing?
I'm where I am now.
I'd say you probably saw him saw her pick him up, yeah.
Zalin, did you want me to look after those for you?
That'd be really helpful, thank you. My pockets are full with this hourglass doohickey.
Nice.
Be careful with that. That may have been someone from Limebridge. We don't want to bring it back all scuffed up or anything like that. It would be best to put that in your leather pouch.
How many gold pieces was it?
4.
4, lovely, thank you.
Yeah, just 4 gold. Did you say out loud though it was an hourglass and such?
Yes.
Okay, Chrome, roll me a religion check.
Okie dokie.
Considering you're the one religious person here.
Mm-hmm.
God, just. Hearing that it's an hourglass, if you look over, you recognise a symbol to Tartaran.
Ooh. Okay. So he kind of like, he says it's like, be gentle with it thing, but he takes a mental quiet note of that.
And the door on the other side is, well, the door that is on the right hand side is openable. It is cracked open, but this door is completely covered. But apart from that, there is not much else in this room.
I think we should push on through the door.
Indeed. Stand behind me. I will make sure that we... Mog, Zan, where are you going? I swear,
Okay.
one day I'm going to bring you back and Bison's going to question why you're all in bits.
So this corridor turns to the right as you're going up. I'm just trying to reveal it all. And as you head into that area, you are met with a wall.
Oh great, dead end.
Lucretia, are you coming up?
Oh, yeah.
And if you turn around, there's now also a wall behind you.
Cool. So there's obviously something in here we be pushing.
Investigate the room.
Yeah, I like to investigate it as well.
Roll me some investigation, meons.
I'm going to investigate as well.
Oh my lord, no you're not.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, 3 in a row.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Well,
Yep,
well,
it's a
Lucretia
wall,
saw
alright.
something. Lucretia saw something. So the wall that Mog is next to is just a completely blank wall, and considering she's standing there, she has dusted another really old skeleton. But the wall behind you now has got more of that fancy writing on it. It's kind of hard to see because it blends into the wall, but with that you made it out.
Is Lucretia gonna share this with us, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. Crom's
Crom's
gonna turn around.
you know, take a read at that.
Certainly.
Okay, so it is again in Celestial, and it says, "Continue your steps, but do not take your eyes off me."
And he reads it out loud to them, adjusting his eyepiece as he reads it. And then he kind of like looks back at everyone and goes, I don't know exactly what that means, but that's what it says on the wall.
I'm just gonna walk straight into it.
You hit the wall.
Ow! Fuck!
Which wall is this writing on?
It is on the one behind Crom and Lucretia. The one that's appeared, the one that
I
appeared
w-
behind you guys as
I
you came
walk-
over here.
I walk away from the wall, but walking backwards, so I'm staring at the writing still.
Okay, how far are you going?
Right back, like, to keep going that way.
Alright, I'll give you a gap. Okay, as you're walking backwards and you're keeping your eyes on that wall, you pass through the wall. Everyone sees you just blend in through the wall.
Well, I guess that's what we do then.
And as you enter, the torch lights up the room.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do the same then.
Zalin, please tell me you can still hear us.
Zalin
I'm
cannot
just
hear
going
you.
straight through. I'm not even gonna.
No one on this side of the wall can hear anybody on the other side of the wall.
Oh,
I'm just gonna, like,
joy.
very hastily move away.
Yes. He's going
As
to
you walk,
do the
as you
same.
are entering that room, behind you, you can hear some very loud shuffling noises and what sounds like bones as several undead are waiting. And because you were all turned away, they all get a surprise round on you.
Lame.
There's one underneath you, darling, you're gonna need to move. There is one underneath Zarlin as well.
Those noises are probably just machinations in the walls.
So this one here is going to attack the one that's in its reach, which is Moxie,
Okay.
because they all get a surprise round, so they basically all get a free attack on you. Because zombies. I'm just
Zombies?
trying to find. Well, they're very obviously skeletons and undead things.
Oh, okay. Skeletons and zombies are slightly different in my mind. Don't worry.
They're undead.
It's a spooky, scary skeleton.
Undead. I like that.
Okay, so it's going up against Moxie real quickly, and that is okay. So it hits you with a 7, so I don't think that's going to hit you. The one that Zalin is standing on is going to go for Zalin.
Oh.
I'm standing on one.
Yeah, I did say there was one underneath you.
Ah.
Just feel something like crawling out your leg.
Did that hit me or?
No, it hit with a 7, so unless a 7 hits you, it didn't hit you.
Okay.
I'll be very
so-
worried if your AC was 7.
AC is 12.
Good.
Okay, so that second one is a 12. Does that hit you, Zalin?
No, I'm 14.
Okay, so that one doesn't hit you either. And this lot don't attack,
I'm
but
just
they
like- I'm just like,
do start
dude,
to
quit it.
close in.
Just start kicking the hand.
So these ones start closing in. Just so you're aware, Lucretia, the bit down there next to you, this area here, this is basically a massive pile of rubble that goes to the ceiling, so this isn't traversable.
Ah,
This area is traversable, but it's difficult terrain. So yeah, they all move in, and so we're rolling for initiative.
Oh, hell yeah.
First time in the campaign.
Woo woo.
Yay!
I did
turn.
awful.
Oh my god, Mox.
Oh, nice.
The turn order.
I'm sorry I did not add my thingy.
Yeah, you didn't click your button. So
I did
click
not.
yourself, roll initiative again, and then I'll
Put
edit
to
it
a
to what you
7.
got.
Yeah.
Just so you appear in the turn order.
Mhm.
There we go.
You can
7.
also right click me, and then go add turn.
I know, but it's a lot easier just for you to re-roll it. It goes up automatically.
Totally fair.
Okay, the zombies are all gonna go on one turn because I think that's just a lot fucking easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, having just them scattered around. Ooh, okay. And that is that. Okay. So they rolled quite high. Descending order, please. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have any battle music. Like I said, didn't have time to do music. So
We-
top of the.
Nothing. Karen,
What you want to say? You want to say something?
nothing. I was gonna- You're
Okay,
imagining.
so so top of the round order we have Moxie.
I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast on the one that tried to hit me.
Okay, so that is the one with the sword here.
Which one?
This one here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do an Eldritch Blast on this dude here.
Okay.
Right, hang on. So I'm gonna need to do a Is it a charisma roll or do I do d20?
It's a D20 plus your charisma,
Okay.
because that's your magic. That's your magic modifier.
So I've rolled a 20 there.
So that's a natural 20. You don't need to roll the rest. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
Damn,
So
okay.
so roll your damage.
Hang on.
Because it's for a crit, by the way, I do double the dice. I don't do double the score. So you'd roll 2d10 instead of 1d10 because it was a crit.
2d10.
2d10.
Okay. 2d10.
Big crits, big hits.
Okay,
Come on,
so it takes
double
9
tap.
damage.
Ah, damn.
That's still a big Eldritch Blast hit.
Nice.
So yeah, it stumbles a little bit, but it is determined to hit you with its sword again. It is ready to go.
Okay.
So do you want to do anything else on your turn? You do still have. You are level 5, so I don't know if you get extra attack or not.
I don't think so.
You get 2 beams at 5th level, so you do get a second beam.
Oh, what? So I can do another Eldritch Blast? Or
No, I'm just reading it now. Spell creates more than 1 beam when you reach a higher level, so just roll me another d10.
another d10?
Because it says you do 2 beams, so the first one was your nat 20 crit, so it's another 4 damage.
Nice.
Okay, so you still have a bonus action, you have your movement. Just note if you go outside of this thing's range, you do get an opportunity attack against you.
I'll stay where I am for a sec.
Okay, anything else you would like to do on your turn?
No, that's all.
Okay, next up we have the zombies. This one at the top here is gonna step up 1, and it's still gonna attack for you, Moxie. We have a 16. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Okay. Don't worry, I don't hit massively hard.
Take 20 points of damage.
Instant crit. Okay, you take what is it? It is 4. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to attack again because they get 2.
Oh. Should my homunculus and steel servant be in this battle as well?
Yes, they go on your turn. So if you want to just drag them on so they're near you, they basically would have been following you around this whole time. It's just a lot easier if they're not all on the map.
And remember, you have to keep track of their health and abilities and all of that. They are your Pokemon.
Okay, so second attack on that top one. That's a natural one. I ain't gonna hit fucking anything. That just swings right over your head and hits the wall behind it. The one with the
Having been attacked, can I react with a reaction spell?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
react if you want to.
Yeah. I want to just try it out because I've not done it before. Did it go? Oh, cast at level 1. Hang on. Oh wait, hang on. I can choose what level this casts at. Hang on. Sorry, there's a new character.
New character, who does?
New character. Who this? Yeah, level 1.
There's actually a T-shirt for that. Okay,
I can give you the little
DC,
speech
Dex save.
bubble as well.
that's all right. I know Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, cool.
Okay, it fails, so it takes all 13 of that fire damage.
Wow.
Oh, he must be dead by now.
No, it's still standing.
It's a different target. It's the
Yeah, it's not the target you hit. You hit this
Yeah.
one and this one. The one
yeah,
you just got
it's
with
not,
that was this
it's
one.
not the one I attacked first.
Okay, so the one that you attacked first is now going to attack back. This one only gets 1 hit. That is a 17 to hit.
Is this me?
Yes.
That does hit, yes.
Okay, because it's the one that you hit back. So this one gives you 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh Christ.
That one only gets one hit though, so this one down here is gonna move up and it's going to go for Mog.
Reaction. It is
you're
a
gonna-
creature that I can see that is within.
Are you wielding a shield?
I am wielding a shield.
Okay. So you're imposing disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
putting the shield in between Mog and Lucretia.
Okay, well it rolled a 10, so I
Okay.
don't think that's gonna hit. Second attack on that one. Are you doing it again, or can you only
Uh-huh.
do it once? You're doing it again, okay. It rolled a 4, so
It is
that one didn't
whenever
hit.
it attacks. As long as I can see it, and as long as it's attacking someone who is within 5 feet of me, each attack I'm going to be imposing disadvantage on. So for, at the moment, Zalin, Morgan, and Lucretia.
Okay, well the one underneath Zalin is now going to try and attack Zalin because Zalin is standing on it.
Yep.
So that rolls a 7, so that's not going to hit.
He's trying
And
his
it
best.
rolls and it rolls a 15. Does a 15 hit you?
Zalin.
Oh, sorry. What was that?
15 AC. Does it hit you?
Let me check.
It's in your
Yes.
stats. If you click yourself, it's the middle one. Okay. So the one underneath your feet, you take 5 bludgeoning damage from it, as it's trying to get you off of it.
Could have just asked politely. Could have just said, "Excuse me, you know, you're standing."
Do I have to move?
No, it's not pushing you off. It's just twatting at your legs.
It's fine.
Ow.
I'm not afraid
Quit it.
of it.
And the one in front of Lucretia is going to go for Lucretia, which is another disadvantage roll.
Hells yeah.
No, that's a 3. And the second roll.
What's
Ooh,
disadvantage?
that's
So,
a 19. The second one.
yeah, but if it's at disadvantage, you have to take the 3.
No, this is the second hit. The second hit is a 19.
So
Oh,
the thing is
yeah,
attacking
that-
twice. Yeah.
Yeah, they attack twice, but I'm rolling them at disadvantage, so I'm rolling 2d20s and taking the lower number. So yeah, does a 19 hit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I rolled a nat 20 and a 17. So,
Oof.
you take 6 bludgeoning damage from it. That's the one in front of you, by the way.
Yep.
Okay, moving on. Zalin, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to fire a short bow at. Oh, actually, no. You know what? My mom always told me if like any creepers come near you to always carry mace. So I'm going to use my mace,
Which one are you hitting?
the one that I'm stood on.
The one you're stood on. Okay, yeah, 15 hits it. So if you want to do your damage.
How do I get to do the damage?
It should be set up. It should say at the end what your damage dice is and what you add.
I think you have to change that in the cog settings.
Hmm.
There you go. So you rolled an 8 on damage. I'm going to move you for a sec, just so I can reach them. Because I want to be able to very, very quickly just put the damage in. So, there we go. Move you back onto it. Okay,
And can I use my extra attack to hit it again?
yes, you can.
You show it who's boss.
Another 15, okay, roll damage. Just going to move you again so I can get to the damage.
How do I get to do damage again?
I don't know, you've done it before.
Oh, did I?
I think you just clicked on the attack again. That
Oh.
wasn't the actual damage of the.
Oh, well, I'll take that one because I fucked that up. But yeah, where it's got your mace, it should say at the end what your dice, that your damage dice
Oh, yeah,
is.
1d6 plus 2.
That's the one.
Yeah, so just put 1d6 plus 2. I will.
I think you can just click on it.
I did.
I
Oh.
think you should.
On the
Hang on.
specific 1d6
Hang
plus
on.
2-bit.
Auto roll damage and crit. Okay, so now it should always roll damage
Okay.
and crit.
Okay. Should I just click
Click
it again
on
and
mace
put
again.
So if you
damage?
just if you just roll it again, I'll take the damage on it.
That's it.
There you go. Okay, so that's 3 more bludgeoning damage. Okay, it's getting mad. It's still flailing at your legs, but it's getting angry.
Can I get my 2 assistants to attack as well then?
Yeah, is that something you can do as an action or a bonus action?
Oh, I do not know.
It should say where you've got it all. It should say that you can command them using either a bonus or an action.
Okay. Shows my initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately. Okay, so still defender just kind of follows me as a its
You
own
can take
thing.
a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action. So you can use your bonus action to tell your defender to do something.
Okay.
So your defender does have an attack. It's in your still defender sheet, hopefully, if I did them right.
I'm guessing the force empowered rend.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you can use your bonus action to command it, and it will do your thing. It'll do it after straight after your turn.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Okay. So is that on the same one?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that's another. It's another. It only gets to do it once, I do believe. So it's another 8 force damage. Okay, that one is starting to look pretty hurt.
How about my little owl friend?
Are you allowed to do both of them?
I don't know. Try to find homunculus.
This is what I meant by an artificer is micromanaging to shit.
Many Pokemons.
In combat, your homunculus shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and use its
You have to
reaction.
command it with a bonus action, so you've already used your bonus
Okay,
action.
fair.
So it can move and dodge, but it can't do anything else in this turn.
Okay.
Okay, is that everything for you?
Yeah, that's me done.
Okay, next up it is Mog.
So I want to attack this guy.
Okay. Roll to attack.
What do you want to go with?
Okay, an 11 surprisingly doesn't hit this one. As you go for it, it manages to lumber out of the way slightly. Only just missing it, but it does manage to evade your hit.
Okay. I'm
You are
going to use
level
my extra
5.
attack then.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that hits
Wow.
Oof, nice.
look at the
Yep.
20s in the first game.
It stumbles. It's still standing, surprisingly, after that, but it does stumble. It is a bit more armored than the others. But yeah, it's angry now. It's now looking at you. It was originally looking at Moxie, but it's now looking right at you. It's decided
And-
you are going to be its next target.
I don't know if this will work, 'cause I've already done the extra attack, but is that something I can do, or?
You can make another attack with the same weapon against the creature. Yes, it's Horde Breaker. So since that attack hit, you can hit another thing within 5 feet of you. Yes.
Okay, I'll go with the one sort of just below it then.
Okay.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Yeah, that one just kind of.
GG.
That one, it kind of looks at you as you go to do it, and it just fucking crumbles to dust. It's dead. It looks at you. It's about to raise its sword to attack, and you hit it, and it just goes on the floor.
Wow.
You did.
Damn. This is like anti-B. I don't know what to do with this.
The anti-bee.
Hey.
Is there anything else on your turn?
No, I think I'm quite happy with that.
Okay, Chrome.
Damn. Okay. Upon seeing his party members being attacked, he's going to be using his sword one-handedly, keeping his
Okay.
shield out, and he's going to try and go for a stab at the one that is underneath Zalin's feet.
Okay, go for it.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Even Zone again, so I can get
yeah, so I'm going to make him attack twice because this is on the attack action. It's not even
Yep.
a bonus action, it's just two
Yeah,
attacks.
it's level 5. Extra attack
Yeah.
on level 5.
So I shall do that twice
That's why I
for
fucking
you.
love level 5.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, that one hits, and yeah, that one hits, and
Excellent.
it again just the first one you kind of shatter its skull in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and the second it just goes limp, crumbles, just completely crumbles to dust. They're not even like crumbling into a pile of bones; they just crumble to dust. So the one underneath Zalin is dead.
Good. And on seeing Moxie sort of taking those hits, but being away from his sort of protective bubble, he's going to use his bonus action to. He raises up what he rips out from his one of his satchels, a small parchment with a bit of holy text on it, and he casts Shield of Faith on Moxie. So let me just roll that for you.
Yep, you can do that. I was just checking that it wasn't a touch spell.
Yep, no, range 60
Okay,
feet, so he
so
just raises it up.
Moxie gains a +2 to their AC, and you are now concentrating on Shield of Faith.
Yes.
Nice.
As he casts it, he makes a big show and tell of it, just going, Shield of Faith! As though he's done it many times.
Oh,
Yeah.
just a light from nowhere, just oh. Echoes through the fucking chamber. If there's anything in there, it knows you're in now.
We don't know how he does this every time. Maybe it's a Warforged thing. And that ends my turn. I'm not going to take any movement. I'm just going to sit right here within 5 feet of everyone.
Okay.
Comfortably.
It is finally up for your turn.
It's all good, all good. Alrighty. So look, so that one's dead.
Yep, you can walk over that if you wish to move forwards.
Alrighty, in that case I'm
It's
gonna...
just dust, so there's nothing, there's no body there, it's just dust.
If I wanted to dual wield my rapier and short sword, no problems with that?
I do believe they're both single-handed things, aren't they? I hear you, he's not whispering very quietly.
I didn't even hear what they were saying, to be fair.
Yes, you can dual wield your rapier and your short sword. They're both single-handed weapons.
Wait, let's go charging forward and up to the next skelly.
Okay. Which one are you attacking? The one in front of you or the one diagonal to you?
The one right in front.
Okay, well they both hit. It is just still standing, but it is looking really fucking messed up now. It's gonna fall aside. It's barely holding itself together, basically.
Beautiful.
And from there, could you roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. Got it.
Okay, don't worry about it. Anything else on your turn?
I think so. That should be alright.
Okay, then. Back up to the top of the turn order, we have Moxie.
Right. That guy with the sword.
Cough.
Cough, cough, glug, glug.
That guy with the sword. Oh, Jesus Christ.
She's trying.
2 is not going to hit it, I'm afraid.
Damn. Never mind then.
Just gives up.
Would you like to do anything else?
Is there anything else I can do?
I don't know, check your stuff.
Uh,
You can't cast another spell, but you can cast a... is Eldritch Blast a cantrip or a spell?
It's a
it's a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Okay,
Which
so you
is-
could cast a bonus action spell.
I don't think I have one. Let me see.
Or you can twat it
No.
or something if you want.
Yeah, I'll twat it
Like
with something.
physically, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be angry at what just happened. So I'll just swing at it.
Aww.
I'm not having much
Oh,
luck with
Fox,
this then.
what's going on?
What happened to my good rolls? God damn it.
Was it my shield of faith?
It's this
What's-
holy stuff you put all over me. What have you done?
AC is up, but roll
I'm a
down.
warlock.
Yeah. No, it's good for you.
I'm a warlock, god damn it.
You know, I've never considered this. Maybe it does have an ill effect on you.
Okay. Is that all you'd like to do?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn, please.
Okay. On the zombie's turn, you feel the ground shift.
Uh-oh.
As can I not do it on this layer? Of course I can't. And the debris over in the right-hand corner starts to move as a larger zombie joins the fray.
Oh my god.
Oh, that one's much bigger.
Oh, this is much worse.
Thanks, I hate it. You just roll it into the initiative because it runs on its own initiative. Okay, so let us add its turn. Let me just roll it in real quick.
I suppose now is not a good time to let you know that I don't have turn undead. We'll just have to keep going.
Okay. He's on the initiative board. Let's just redo it. And we're on the zombie's turn. At this point, it's just stood up and it's just let out the loudest of roars and brought up this sword that seemingly is melded into its hand. It's not holding it. The sword is the hand. And it just looks at all of you with this sword dragging across the floor as it gets ready to approach. The other zombies are gonna do what they do best, and they're gonna keep trying to attack you. So this one up here is gonna keep going for Moxie, who now has +2 to AC. So that one is a 14 to hit.
Is that 14 to hit on me? Have I
Yes.
still got,
You
You
still
have
a
Shield of Faith.
Faith.
yeah, that does not hit me then.
Okay, so the first attack does not hit. Does a 17 hit?
Yes it does.
Remember, tie breaks, you
Okay.
win.
Tie break, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
that still
17
hits.
is if
Okay.
17 is your AC, then
No, it's not.
okay.
So
So if it's above your AC, it
It
hits.
hits,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay, so you take 4 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as it kind of brings its sword down and it manages to catch you one. The slightly tankier one here is going to go for Mog because it's so in front, and that's at disadvantage because
Mhm.
of Crumb.
Do I still have a chance to react to that hit? Of
Yeah, you
How
do.
many
bludgeoning
times
damage?
can you? How many times can you use Hellish Rebuke? If it's a tiefling thing, I think there's a certain amount of times you can use it.
It says that I can use it. Well, it says. Hang on. Information. Casting time, one reaction which you take in response to being damaged by a creature within
Yeah, but
60 feet.
but in your racial, if you've got it from your racial thing, sometimes you can only use it a certain amount of times. It's say it in your racial.
Don't think it's from a racial, but it is a spell, so it takes a spell slot.
Mhm.
Also, I do have the ability to cast it once at a second level, but it would take until a long rest before I could do that again.
Mhm.
Okay, do you want to roll? Okay, so
I'm
it's
just-
what kind of save is it again?
It
Dex.
is a dex save.
Okay, it fails that. Yeah.
Okay.
How much damage does it
Okay.
take?
Time.
Hang on.
Roll your damage.
I'm just gonna roll it. I'm gonna do it at level 1 still.
Okay. It is still standing.
Okay.
But it is still standing. It didn't like that.
No.
It's a bit mad, but it is still standing. Since it only hit you once, you're gonna get to use it once. So yeah, we're on to this one now. This one's going to go for Mog. So that is disadvantage. So that's that dice, and that's an 8. So that misses. Oh, my good boy coming in clutch again. That is a 17.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Okay. Well, thankfully this one still does the same amount of damage. It's just a bit tankier. That's enough for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
The first hit didn't hit, so the second one hit you. And then the one here is now going to start going for Lucretia. And this one is out of Crom's range, so it's just a straight roll. That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that hit.
Okay.
Oh, good.
This is the one that's got only 1 attack, but it does a bit more damage. That is 8 bludgeoning damage from that one. Double 4s. And that one, like I said, only gets 1 hit. So none of them are really going to move, so we move on to Mog.
Still gonna go for the one that's attacking me at the moment then.
Okay. Okay, 11 just misses again.
Yep. Alright, let's do our extra attack.
That one hits.
Okay. And there isn't anything else I can reach, is there? They're all dead now.
Yeah, no, the other one's moving 5 feet, he's dead.
That's
Unless you're gonna hit a team member, you can't hit another one before breaker.
She considers it for a moment, and decides not to.
Okay, is that everything on your turn?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay then, Zalin.
Okay, well, I'm going to use... Can I infuse my crossbow with repeating shot?
You do infusions. You do you don't. You can't. I don't think you can do infusions in the middle of a fight. That's something you
Okay,
just do
yeah.
outside of bounds.
Okay, well, I'm going to shoot at the big tanky guy with a crossbow.
This one
Or
here.
short bow, even. This guy?
That one. Yep. Okay. So you get 2 shots on the shotgun. That one hits. And that one misses.
And I'm going to send in the Steel Defender again with its attack. Oh, hang on, I need to find the...
Which one's your Steel Defender going to attack? I guess the one next to it, because it has to be next to them.
Oh, never mind then. Oh,
It's a
yeah,
melee
oh, yeah.
weapon, I believe.
Okay, I'll attack the this guy.
Okay, roll for your Steel Defender. Okay. So with that one up there also crumbles to dust. That was just enough for it to essentially just go. So that one is also dead. Slowly but surely getting through them all. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay, it's the big guy's turn.
Oh no.
And he's mad. So we need to go to these ones. Thank you, game. So yeah, this one is... It looks mad. It's dragging a sword across the floor as it comes forward. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As it gets close to... As it gets into range of Lucretia, and it brings that sword down.
Look out!
Does a do some simple maths, Sam. That would be helpful if I opened the right one, wouldn't it?
Usually helps.
Does a 25 hit?
That is definitely gonna hit, but I'm probably gonna use my uncanny dodge for this one.
Okay, so that halves the damage, doesn't it?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Let me swap dice. Okay. So you take 15 damage, which is halved, so it'd be halved rounded down. So it'd be the 7, not the 8. I think, no, wrong numbers. Numbers at this time of night? What the fuck am I on? Yes, because it's 7 and 8, isn't it? So yeah, it'd be the 7. So it'd be 7 damage for you since you dodged
Okay.
it.
Yep.
And its second attack, 21 to hit.
Fucking hell, yep.
Yeah, this thing hits hard. That is 7 bludgeoning damage. From the big dude. And it just kind of yells in your face. It is very angry to be here. But that's thankfully all it does. Crom, it is your turn.
Alrighty. With that, and seeing that thing attack my good friend there, what Crom is going to do is he's going to this time sort of assess the situation, assess who's been damaged, and he reaches into his bandolier and pulls out a small strip of white cloth and crushes it in his hand. And he is going to cast Aid, which is a 2nd level spell. Let me just get that cast for you. Let me take away the spell slot. On Moxie, Zalin, and Lucrezia. So for the 3 of you three, you both, you all get 5 hit points temporarily.
You temporarily get 5 extra hit points on your hit point maximum, so they're not temporary hit points, they just go away after 8 hours.
But
so if you add 5 to your generic hit points.
Can I quickly run something by you, DM? It says each target's hit point maximum and current hit points. So do I also heal them for 5?
So it adds to their current hit point maximum, so yes, it puts them up by 5, because it puts their hit points up by 5 temporarily.
Yes.
They're not temporary hit points that go on top. They go on it, so it's a case of once they're used, they stay there for 8 hours. So for 8 hours, they temporarily have 5 extra hit points.
So they've technically been healed by 5 of their current status.
Yeah, I would roll it that it adds to it. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Add 5 hit points. Yes.
Already done. Thank you.
Yeah, to the 3 people that Crom said, you have 5 extra hit points on both your maximum and your current.
Plus,
just remember what your main score usually is.
Just put a little +5 on there and hope that works.
Yeah, it's because you have to change on your character sheet. You have to change both numbers, for it to not basically just say +5.
I made it say +5, just so that I know what I've got then.
Okay.
That is also not a concentration spell, so
no.
Shield of Faith is still up.
Yep, I'm keeping an eye on it. Don't worry.
Excellente.
Nice.
And that was his action. He doesn't have any other bonus action than Shield of Faith. So what he's gonna try and do is... I think he's gonna want to get closer, like in a decent position, so that he can still help out and try to get to Lucrezia. Because he wants to still do the Shield of Faith, the protection. So
the skeleton, because they crumble to dust, they're not difficult terrain.
Okay, and Lucrezia
so you can
was here
walk
before,
that line.
so
You just can't walk any further that side.
So he's now kind of protecting Mog
it's
and
so it's within
Lucrezia.
5 feet of you. So Lucrezia and Mog. Yep.
Yeah. He did enter into the enemy's range. Entering in doesn't provoke attack.
No, it's only
does it?
leaving without disengaging.
Yes. Excellent.
So,
So he's going to sort of clamber and clank over and get his shield up and ready. And he's looking at the big guy going, well, he's quite nasty, isn't he? And that is the turn.
Okay. Lucretia. You have a massive zombie screaming at your face.
Do we still have Ed?
Sorry, my connection dipped for a second there.
Okay, it's your turn, and you have a big zombie screaming at your face.
Cool. What do I want to do?
And also, Crumb is right behind you now, going on about how big it looks.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm not exactly in the best position. I mean, that temporary hit points is going to help, but it's not going to last forever.
They last 8 hours.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If I'm going to
Okay.
stand here and get beaten by this thing, it's not going to last much longer. So
Well,
what can I do? What can I do that's a smart thing, ideally? Do you know what? It's already here. Screw it. Let's go. Do wielding action. Let's do this. Oh god.
Okay, a 7's going to miss.
How?
A 21. A
How
21 does hit, however.
Oh god, that's so bad.
6 piercing damage. Okay. It just screams at you still. It's still very fucking mad.
Just gonna like turn back and give Crom like a thumbs up, like this is fun.
Concentrate.
That's what you're meant to be doing, Crumb. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, because I'm gonna stay here. I should probably disengage and hide and all that malarkey, but you know, I'm already here.
There isn't much anywhere you can really hide in here. It's all rubble.
Mm.
Hey,
Okay.
I've got pretty high stealth.
Okay, next up, Moxie. You have
Okay.
2 zombies down here, but the one above you is dead.
Right. Well. That guy with the sword is still alive.
I didn't hear that. What was that?
The guy with the sword is still alive, yeah?
Yeah, they're
Right.
both still alive.
Okay. Well, I am gonna Eldritch Blast him. So, hang on.
Okay, well, one thing that I keep forgetting is Eldritch Blast is a ranged attack, so it's at disadvantage because you're in its melee range. I
Okay.
keep forgetting that.
I
Ranged
also
attacks are
forgot.
disadvantage in melee.
I also forgot
Okay, you
that
can keep forgetting.
I had to put on charisma to the damage, I think, as well.
Is that what the damage says you do?
I've got it's Eldritch Invocation, Agonizing Blast. When you cast Eldritch Blast, add your charisma modifier to the damage it deals on a hit. I missed that bit before.
Okay, I'm just turning on auto roll damage and crit, so hopefully it should roll damage.
Okay, but the actual spell's still not working. It's not in my spell list, so I'll have to roll it manually.
Okay, well if you wish to roll,
Okay, right, so
Eldritch Blasts.
I'm gonna roll a d20 there. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which one are you going for?
I was going for the guy with the sword.
Okay, so it's at disadvantage anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to roll it again and see if you get in that one? No, okay, well a 4 isn't going to hit it.
Okay.
Even in its decrepit state, it manages to swing out of the way.
Okay. I'm gonna have to fix this spell during the week or later.
Okay, is there anything else from you?
No, that's all.
Okay, it is the zombie's turn. Crom is now here, so this one here that's been wailing at Mog is still just going to continue to wail at Mog because that's the target it chose.
Mm-hmm.
Mog is within your 5 feet, your thing, so it is at disadvantage, thankfully. That is a 10 to hit. I don't think that's going to hit.
Against me?
No, against Mog. It's the one that's been hitting Mog is going to continue to hit Mog.
Mowgli Mogs. I don't think
So
it hits.
Okay, so a 10 doesn't hit, and a 7 isn't going to hit either. So that one doesn't manage to do any damage. This sword one here, because you just tried to hit it, it's going to go for Moxie. And I do believe your thing is... it's 5 feet of you, right? So, yeah, so Moxie's out of your 5 feet, so that one's going to go for Moxie. Is that an 18 to hit, Moxie?
That hits.
Okay, thankfully this one only hits once. That is a 9 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
And there's only 2 left, so that's their turn. Mug. Have we lost Mug?
No, sorry. So these ones still alive, yeah. One's sort of straight ahead of me.
Okay. Yeah, the one in front of you is still trying to hit you.
Alright, let's go for that one first then.
A 14 just hits.
Okay. And again.
And 22 hits.
Okay, and I think I'll leave it at that.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Zalin, you're up.
I am going to short bow. Oh, the swordy guy.
Okay. A 9 just hits it. You don't need to roll the second attack. It was only at 1, so it just collapses. It's like
Okay.
it lifts its sword to go and attack Moxie, and then you hit it. It just goes and falls to the floor.
I'll use my extra attack to go after this guy then.
Okay, that one is at disadvantage because it is within 5 feet of you.
Wow.
Okay, 11. An 11
What is going
doesn't
on with
hit
your
it. I'm afraid.
dice?
So an 11 doesn't hit that one. I'm afraid.
Okay. I send my metal giraffe after it.
Okay, do you want to move your metal giraffe?
I keep forgetting, is the giraffe the servant or the steel defender?
Defender.
The steel defender. The bigger one is your defender. The smaller one's your homunculus.
Ah, okay.
Defender for defending.
Never mind.
Are you gonna move it?
Move what?
Your giraffe.
Are you gonna do anything with it?
You can move it around.
Yeah, because this is where the zombies are laying. It's dust. They're not. There's no bodies there. They
Okay.
crumble to dust when they die. So you can move through zombie squares. Okay. An 11, I'm afraid, does not hit it. It still stands for some reason. The big one. As we get to the big one's turn, it looks all of you, and it lets out a very loud roar. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Sam.
So yeah, this one ends in the middle of the fight. I was hoping to get through the fight without getting to 10, but that's fine.
These things happen. And besides that,
Yeah,
I'm
they
eager
happen.
to play next week, so I'm hyped.
Damn riddles.
Thanks.
The old light riddle.
I love
This is where
riddles.
Corin's gonna like bust through a wall, isn't he? This is gonna
Oh
be
my
a
God.
veteran. Just like smash K.
No, he was
Sorry,
one of
I'm
the
late.
previous investigator ones.
Oh, thanks everyone who did tune in.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed.
So, next week we'll beat the zombie, or we can certainly try.
Oh.
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 Well, byes. Catch everyone next week.
Later.
See you next week.
Good night.